Okay, we got to work on the back of this bike now. Somebody put these adjuster screws in wrong. So they got them double nutted where you can never adjust them. The two nuts are supposed to be out here, not on the inside and outside. So some dumbass put this together. And I'm a dumbass because I didn't work on it and fix it. I guess I have to work on every segment of this vehicle myself. Otherwise it's all wrong. So anyway, this one's the same problem. So here, you got a job for you.
Okay.
First thing I'm going to do is get the bike, get the rear wheel down on the ground a little bit. So you can pull the axle easily. There, that right there, that's about where it hits. There we go. Appears to be loose already.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Yeah. The owner was working on it. He just got down putting the cotter key in there because he had to have it in there.
Yeah,
Right after he did that, we had to take it back out because of other issues. You release the brake tension. Oh, you push it forward, relieve the tension off the nut, and pull the nut off. Should be enough. Hammer though. Could have a hammer.
Stupid fucking lights in the way.
Yeah, we need that. Tough fix.
That was a problem?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Worse than that. We even got threads in there.
Incredible.
Talk about universal applications, huh? Not sure why that's threaded. You never need to push an axle forward. The chain does that. Stupid ass Paco.
Well, they were trying to think of everything.
Yeah. Sure thing. And I believe them too. And I could do the same thing with this one. Let's see if we get lucky and it slides forward on its own. I'll have to take the drum out and all that other crap. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Chrome. Gotta have that chrome. Yeah, good thing that's chrome plated, huh?
Oh, man.
Maybe I'll have to fix that a little bit.
Yeah. Just like the front rotor, huh?
Yeah. It's easier just to roll it backwards.
Yeah.
Alright. We're gonna die on that.
Want me to follow you?
I don't care. You do whatever you want. We left the Christmas present over here.
Sweet.
Somebody's looking at my motor on the floor over here.
Who?
The racing motor.
Nice.
Extra parts.
Nice.
That's my book stop. Was that one of the end of each bench? I got to work back stop. One on this end, one on that end. You know how you do it?
That's how you do it.
One there, I got one there. See,
Matching pairs.
matching cylinders. Fill it. Matching chromoly cylinders on both. One big twin and one sportster.
So the idea is both nuts go on the same side.
Yeah, they jam together as a locking device.
Interesting.
Now you can move the damn axle back to adjust the chain. Genius, huh?
That was great engineering.
It even worked.
It's perfect. You only got one? Okay.
Only got one. Do you have two? Nope, not that far. Gotta engage a dog in there. Frame.
You want me to push in on that side?
No, I'm good. You got a hammer.
That's fine.
And if you put the flats where they belong. See the flats?
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Now I need to pour it to fill on the floor. All the way to the back, I'm sure. Oh, it only went so far. That's a plus. The secret on this deal is you have to have the support on both sides of the frame. So you got the axle on that side, this side the spacer gives you the support. This goes in the flats of the frame, and the axle goes in and supports it. If you don't have that in there, you see how much play you got in here?
Oh, yeah.
Plus the wheel's cocked.
Too much.
Now, I'm sure there's some bozo out there that would put it together that way, but it's not how they're supposed to be. It helps if you do things correctly. If you left the washer out, it'd be easy to get to the cotter key, but I'd rather have the washer and support the license plate bracket than not have it.
He's a cotter key freak.
Cotter key free area. Alright.
You have to adjust those nuts you just put in?
The axle adjusters, probably. Chain too tight. Chain's tight now.
Looks good.
I gotta adjust the wheel yet though. Okay, so we'll give ourselves a little clearance right there. Loosen up the axle a little bit so it'll move. Now you can beat it all day like this, or you can go over here, take the chain, and go up or down with it. The axle goes forward on this side, and you whack it this way. Did you hear it move on the other side?
Yep.
And now it's all the way forward. And now you got clearance.
Nice.
You come back over here, put a little bit of tension on the axle. 10, 15 foot-pounds, doesn't take a lot. That pulls everything together. You can go ahead and start adjusting the chain. Brake on there too while we're at it. Get that in a little bit further. Okay, now see how we we move something. Now we gotta get the rear wheel straightened out first. So you do that by eyeballing it. It's hard to do with the jack in the way, but if you're assuming the frame is straight,
Yeah.
now this is a Paco, so take that what it's worth. You want to look down the side of the tire right here on this edge, and the one on the edge on the front, and you eyeball the frame. And assuming these are straight, you line them up, and you look on both sides to see if they're both straight. In this case here, this one's dog-legged out pretty heavy, so it ain't straight. Which means that one's probably dogged out that way, so it ain't straight either. So that kind of defeats the purpose of looking down that. You gotta kind of guesstimate where it is.
Looks like it has to come over to that way.
So the next thing I do is I move the bike over and get the bike squared up. And I use the rack. You can probably put a laser on there and look at the back of the battery or something too.
Oh, is that what you're looking at?
No, I'm trying to look at the wheel. And now I'm looking for a tape measure. I used to have one laying around here. There you go. What I do is I measure the tire. Tire is just under 4 inches. 8 inches. So you go half of that. 4 and 8 is 6. So 6 inches is my center point for that tire. So if you figure 6 inches on center on that thing, that means you should put 6 inches on this to be centered. I went the wrong way. 8 inches. Here you add the 2 inches. Dumbass. 10 inches.
Dumbass.
So,
Now we're looking like we're in the center.
so is that the center?
Pretty damn close.
So I eyeballed it within a 1/4 inch.
Oh yeah.
Within 1/8 of an inch. Okay, that's 9 and 7/8. Okay, so that should be pretty close to center. Now we got the rack. We can use it as a gauge.
Very nice.
So now I look down the tire. To me, it looks like it's pointed just a tick to the left. So that means you come up here and you give it a flap or so to line it up. Okay, there, that's 0. So there's 1 flat. A nut has 6 flats, in case you didn't know a hex nut was 6-sided.
Did not.
It's not octagon. Okay, now you look at your wheel. You kind of eyeball it. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so that looks halfway straight. Okay, the other thing you want to look at, you look at the bottom of your chain. See how the run looks like it's going straight. It's not making an S going like that. If it's bowed like that, your wheel's probably cocked, so you bring it this way. If it's this way, you go this way. If it has an S bend like that, then that means the wheel offset's wrong. And if you look down the chain, see how it looks like it's going pretty damn straight. So that backs up the fact that the tire looks straight, the chain looks straight. That means everything looks probably the offset's good. Everything's golden. Once you know that, now you can go ahead and adjust the chain for tension. Now for me, this is perfect. I like it nice and loose like this.
Really?
Yeah, that's how you run your race bike. Tight chains cost you speed. Now that might make noise there, see?
Yeah.
So that might be too loose for a street bike. For a race bike, that's fine. I like 3 inches on my race bike, but a race bike's different. Now if you watch the chain, it'll go up and down as it gets high and tight and loose.
Oh yeah.
See how that looks like it's tight right there? It came all the way up. So we'll use that initially as our tight spot. So we got about 2 inches of clearance. We'll go ahead and give ourselves, what, about 2 flats?
2 flats.
Okay, so you go 1, 2. So you got axle tension, so you have to actually put tension on it. Now this one here is harder to see because it's buried in here. There's 1, 2. Light on the side might help looking there. There you go. See, the axle adjuster is now in the back. Right there. So I adjust the 1 nut. When I'm all done, I'll come back and lock it with the 2nd nut. Right now we're only adjusting the inner nut. Okay, now we come back over here and see what happened. Not a whole hell of a lot.
Oh,
So we give it 1, 2 more. 1, 2. You go back and check it again. Now when it starts to get tight, it comes up quick, so you gotta be careful. Okay, we're still good.
2 more.
1, 2. 1, 2. See, now we're getting pretty good.
Yeah, it's getting pretty quick there.
Okay, now we double check our tight spot. See how it's getting loose? See how the chains drop down?
Yeah.
See how loose it got?
Why is that?
There's nothing straight.
Huh.
If your sprockets are not concentric or worn equally on either side, or the chain's not stretching some spot, it'll be perfect. But being in the real world, it ain't perfect.
It ain't perfect.
So we have tight and loose spots. We don't care what the loose spot is. We care what the tight spot is. The tight spot
there it
is where you're going to break your chain. Okay.
Isn't that about the right?
You want the thickness of your finger for clearance. See my finger clearance?
A bit more.
So that's got about that. Now, I don't pull up and down like that to get that number. I just go like this. You know, that's it. So you got some tension, that's good. So we're in a good spot. So now you come over here and you torque the axle down. Now we don't use those little pussy torques like Harley says to use. That's like, I don't know, 15 or 20 foot-pounds or some ridiculous number.
Right.
You go ahead and torque the son of a bitch. He wants his cotter key, so I have to torque it until the cotter key comes in here, see?
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I probably do about, 80 foot-pounds on that thing at least. Check your chain again, 'cause sometimes they move. That's why I put torque on the axle. It not only does it hold everything square and straight where it belongs, it also makes the axle bearings where they're going to sit. So theoretically, they should move when you torque it down. On some bikes, they move a lot. That means you got a lot of issues. So, okay, that's good.
A lot of issues.
Now we come back over here, and we take our cotter key, our custom cotter key.
Custom cotter key.
Now there wasn't room for 2 sides of it in here before, because the axle's too short. It wasn't made to have a license plate stuck on it. So.
Right.
So now it doesn't want to go through there very well. See, it won't clear the other nut. So what you have to do is you have to bend this with a curve in it. Like this.
Oh, so she's done shot. Okay.
That way as it goes in, curve back out on the other side. See, it comes out the bottom a little bit. And this is now a used one because you used it once. Stick it around like that.
That's the sorriest looking cotter key I've ever seen.
You don't like the looks of my cotter key? You give it a couple twists like a tire
Oh,
iron.
now it looks better.
Then we have a little extra piece. So why don't you give me those dikes over there? I told him just to hell with a cotter key. I tighten the axle down.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't going to keep your axle from coming out if the axle's loose.
Really?
No. Okay, you can probably do that about 1 more time and that's going to be junk. Which you'll have to be doing in about another 30 or 40 miles because the chain's going to move on you. That's why I didn't do that damn thing. But he probably will. He'll be happy having that in there.
The chain's gonna move after 30, 40 miles.
It's a new chain, has to break in. It's going to break in a lot.
Oh.
Alright, so what did I do now?
Fix the rear end.
Adjust the brakes.
Oh.
See the brake pedal over here?
It's got to have at least back brakes.
I pre-adjusted them a little bit. Okay, on the other side over here. Okay, what I do is I go like this, and you pull it back. That's how much free play we have in the system. Take out a little bit of that. Now this nut's curved, it matches the curve of this, so it locks in. No lock nut required.
Sweet.
You come over here. This is one of the best rear brakes I've had for a Sportster.
And the thing locks it right up.
Yeah. need that much movement before lock and unlock, and it does not drag.
It's nice.
Not much, barely touching. So that's pretty good. So we'll go ahead and back it up one turn. See that little bit of drag that was in there, one little spot. Now, the last thing we didn't do was we didn't lock those nuts over there.
Right.
See that nut right there?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's going to fall off if you don't do something. So you come up there, you take the lock nut, which is the outer one, and you put just a little tension on it. Not a lot. If you're moving the inner nut, you're torquing it too much. So you bring it up, lock it in, starting to move the inner nut, so I stopped.
Nice.
Make sure your license plate's not hitting in here. If you're a cop, you can only see this much of the numbers, so you're free.
Yeah. Good to go.
Alright, so now we need some lubricant on that chain. Customer failed to lubricate his chain. So it means I need to do it. So we take our diaper, stick it right over here.
Take our pamper.
That's a Domino Exorbitant pad. Put those on. Military.
Military grade.
I think they're made in the 70s.
They're made by Trump.
I threw away cases and things, but I got a use for them now. So now that I only got like 2 cases left, I figured out I used to use them for. Okay, we use our chain wax. So this dries to a waxy type finish, so it doesn't fling everywhere, and it lubricates. So now what you want to do is you want to spray it from the inside to the outside. If you spray it out here on the outside, it doesn't get to the inside, it just flings off. If you spray it on the inside, centrifugal force will make it lubricate the outside. Now I squirt down the inside of the link. Between you got links. I squirt between them. I squirt between the link and the pin, and that's on both sides. So there's 4 places you go to. Now this one I'm not going to use a tip. I'm just going to make a big mess. So I get more of the whole thing this way. But so basically I concentrate on the one side, then I go to the other side.
Even sounds nice.
Yeah, it's hard to see it because it goes out relatively clear. See it coming out. I'm gonna give it a good flushing because it's gonna probably not lubricate for a while. You can always count on the customer to not lubricate their parts.
Absolutely.
It'll take a few minutes here for this to solidify, but you can see it's all nice and wet right now.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, then what I do is this will plug up the can in here, so I flip it over. And I go ahead and squirt the outside, just to blow whatever's in the can away. That's enough. Otherwise it'll plug up the tube inside the can.
That's sweet.
Which I have done. You can see how the chain's going up and down quite a bit as it goes around.
And that's because of that sprocket, huh?
And there's a stupid link he's got, which is kind of tight. Yeah, it's a little tight right there. It's over riveted on the one side. It'll have to wear itself in. It's not dragging on anything on the inside either, which is a good sign.
That sounds good.
So there you go. Now the bike's rebuilt in the back. Now you can go out and ride it again. And this time you can adjust the rear chain when you have to adjust it.
Right.
Unlike last time where we couldn't do that. I lost the press.
Yeah, the lock nut. You have to have it where 2 nuts are in the back.
Double check the brake. See how in one turn, look how much more travel I got.
Yep. Wow.
So, good deal on that. And how many oil leaks we had today?
I don't see any.
It's dry.
It's dry.
And it's a Sportster. So you can actually have a dry Sportster. There you go. All right, we're done.